So the aim of today's video was to come out and find a new location where I can start building a shelter again. It's miles away from where the last shelter was. So yeah, I found some really good places for tents, which is perfect, like absolutely. Oop, carrying a little twig around with me. Yeah, I found some really nice places for a tent to go down. And in this whole area, to be honest, there is some real nice places that I can start building a shelter as well. Flat ground, trees are quite close together, it's hidden away. So yeah, this is really off to a good start. You can see, look, where the deers have been kicking away at the ground. And then over here, you can see how all the pine needles have been disturbed. This is what happens when deers find somewhere to lie down for the night. They kick away the ground first and bed themselves in, kind of. So yeah, if it's good enough for deers in this area, it's good enough for me. Poor little guy. I'm not sure how he came to meet his demise, but yeah, he's well and truly dead. I've just prodded him with a stick and rigor mortis is well and truly setting him. And he can't have been dead too long because he's not like skin and bone, is he really? There's still feathers and stuff there. His eyes are still intact, which means that no little critters have been feeding on him yet, unless he's got a disease of some kind. His talons look like silver almost. Like they've been spray painted silver. Poor little bugger. I don't know why, but I've got this really overwhelming feeling and thought in my head that I'm going to come across some kind of skeleton, like human remains. I don't know why I'm thinking that. That's a really bizarre, intrusive thought. But I actually had that thought the last time I was in these woods exploring. And I'm not sure what's sparking that intrusive thought for me to think like that. But yeah, I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be the guy to find some missing person, deceased. But you do hear about these stories quite a lot, like the off-trail hiker that found someone who's been missing 20 years, things like that. We hear about this stuff all the time. So, oh, I'm thinking, yeah, I almost became that missing person. In fact, I've almost become that missing person a few times, to be honest. Why am I carrying these sticks around with me? Get the hell off me, man. It's looking promising that I'm going to have another camp for summer. And hopefully be able to bring you guys back to the camp and spend many a great nights here in this amazing find of a wood. So yeah, I'm super happy with today. So many great spots. Like I said, I'm spoilt for choice. Literally all that I have to do now is just pick one and start building. I always hate this bit because building a shelter is quite noisy and it feels constantly like someone's about to walk up on you. As I just said that little robin has come back. How weird. He's flying on the branch behind me. Just as I was about to say that, I feel like I'm being watched. So maybe I am. Maybe that robin's little beady eyes are burning right through me, and that's what it is that's making me stop every now and then. A lot of people frown upon building shelter out in the woods, but if anyone that knows me and has been watching my channel for quite a while now will know that I am super respectful of nature. And wherever possible, I mean, it's not always possible, but I will always use dead standing trees. When I say it's not possible, I'm talking about these little thin, scraggly bits that I've piled up here. These will go back into use though, because these will become some coverage later on to hide and conceal a shelter. So So as you can see, guys, I've got one side of the main support beam tied up. All I did was basically a clove hitch, wrapped it around the tree 3 times, and then lassoed it around the actual cordage itself another 3 times, which brings it all in nice and tight. So this isn't going anywhere even without this in place. All this is basically doing is just reinforcing it that bit more. And yeah, that is, you could swing on that now. Actually, all my weight would be held perfectly fine. I'm going to now lay the roof beams, if you want to call them that, down from this top supporting beam onto the lower supporting beam at the back. So this is day 2 for me, guys. Heading back out to the shelter now. Going to carry on work. I'm surprised at how much I got done yesterday. Must have been like 70–80% of the work done yesterday. So today, hopefully when I get there, I can stick the tarp up, put the roof on, and it will start to look more and more like a shelter from this day on. So yeah, I'm really excited about today. It's an eerie one, I won't lie. It's very eerie today. The mist or fog, whatever we're calling that in this generation, is quite low. It's thick as well. It's like pea soup, as they say. So yeah, it's really setting the scene for today's video. And yeah, super excited. Thank you for being here as always. Please subscribe if you haven't already. It doesn't cost you anything to do that, but it does show that you guys appreciate the effort and work that goes into these videos, and I appreciate you for doing that in turn. So yeah, stick around, guys. Like I always say, grab yourself a coffee, relax, kick your feet up and enjoy. So I'm back at the shelter, guys. I've put the game camera up as well. Yesterday I mentioned that there's lots of heavy signs here that a family of deers are coming through this area, which I think would be fascinating to capture on camera. So I've set the game camera up. I held out setting that up yesterday because my lock hadn't arrived, but Amazon kindly this morning delivered the lock, so that's all securely now in place on the tree. And I've got a really good field of view near the shelter, see if anything is passing through this way. I used to always chop really great big pieces for this roof part, and there's really no need. I mean, the pieces I used to use like this, as long as the main support is nice and strong, these back supporting beams for the tarp don't need to be any thicker than your wrist, because all they are is to hold a tarp in place. But yeah, that's something that I've learned and started to use. I've saved so much more time from doing that as well, because as you can imagine, trying to cut through pieces this size just to support a tarp is ridiculous. So yeah, these are all things that you learn along the way, and I'm super impressed with this so far. How about you, Lil? Yeah, she's over the moon, look. You can see it all over her face. Absolutely ecstatic. I've clove hitched all these support beams and then resealed them with this waterproof Gorilla Tape, so it's extra strong. They are going nowhere. Okay, so this is day 3, not on the bounce. There's been a few days in between when you guys last saw me here, which is when I put the game camera up, and hopefully there's something on that. I'm going to leave it a few more days, but yeah, this is day 3 for me, and in terms of work and how much work I've got done. I'm just going to get the tarp on the back of the shelter today, hopefully fill in the back of the shelter. I don't know why I'm pointing there, fill in the back, get the tarp on, and anything else that needs doing, like any other little trinkety bits that need doing around camp, I'm going to try and get them done today. So yeah, as always, guys, relax, enjoy, and subscribe in no particular order. That doesn't make sense. Just do what you want. Watch this. The tarp, as you can see, is pulled really nice and tight now, and I'm super excited. It's really starting to take shape, so yeah. So there we go, guys. This is the end of day 3. It's 3:30 in the afternoon now. It gets dark normally about 4 o'clock, so, or it starts to get dark around about that time. So I'm going to head back now. again, it's just small steps, little by little, that will build this camp up. And there's still a long way to go, but hopefully the next time I'm back, I can get a bit more done, and a bit more and a bit more, until eventually this is like a little palace. I mean, it's a long way off yet, so please don't, like I always say, judge me from what you're looking at now. This will be a super shelter in no time. Hi guys, welcome back. This is day 4 of me working on the shelter. Obviously there's been elapsed days in between my last visit. Unfortunately, I can't get here every day, but I'm excited as always when I make this trip back, because every time you leave the shelter there's always a chance it could be discovered. The weather could have damaged it, i.e. the wind, which we've had a lot of lately. And I've also had my game camera out. This is the longest time that the game camera's actually been out. It's been over a week now. So I'm super interested to find out what is on the game cam, if anything at all. Hopefully there'll be some deers or some other little critters that we can admire. But yeah, I'm back. So hopefully now you can see how the wall will look. It's just going to keep going down in staggered sizes until it gets to the very bottom. And then that is one side of the wall complete. It's all about just twizzling these pieces of wood actually, because they've all got like nodules and little bits of sticks hanging off them here, there and everywhere. So if you just twist them around, you'll find that some sticks actually lock into place with the one before it, making it even that bit more stronger. So yeah, it's all time consuming stuff, but it's come out really, really good. Right, I'm really sorry guys that I hardly got any filming done today. I just wanted to crack on and get this side wall up so it starts to look more like a shelter. I've made a bit more progress on the bed as well. That's nice and sturdy now. I just need to get a few more lengths of wood to complete the bed. Yeah, that's the end of day 4. I'll see you guys back for day 5, whenever that may be. It's still a very, very creepy spot, is this. And I don't know if that's because on the edge of the wood it's still pretty much daylight out there, and then the minute you step a few meters inside the woods it becomes almost like nighttime or dusk. And I think it's that rapid change in atmosphere that triggers something in our mind to start thinking, hold up, something's not quite right here. So it could be that, or it could just genuinely be that this place is an extremely creepy location. Whatever the case may be, I always feel this sense of unease when I'm coming back to this spot. And it doesn't help that Lily stops to see things on full alert as well, like she's constantly like, that doesn't help. Had a bit of I wouldn't say a weird experience, but something that's never happened to me before. So I pulled up in the car and there was a guy unlocking the main gate to go down one of the logging routes. But instead of just opening the gate and driving through past me and saying, "Hi, how do you do?" he stopped and waited to see what I was doing, which is weird because here on the moors you're allowed to walk your dogs pretty much wherever you want, and in fact I do see a lot of people walking the dogs wherever they want. So why me specifically did he choose to stick around and observe? And I've probably thrown him off a little bit, because instead of going down that route, getting out of my car, going through the gate, passing him and walking beyond him down the track, I turned back on myself and went a different way. So it's probably thrown him off a little bit as to what I'm doing. Maybe I'm thinking too much into it as well. Like maybe the guy was just sat there playing on his phone or something and I couldn't really see through the windshield. Who knows? But I tried to have a good look as to why he was waiting around and what he was waiting for. And in fact, I was taking my time, trying to get my bag ready and trying to get Lily out of the car in the hopes that he would just drive on by. But it was kind of like a face-off. He wasn't moving and I wasn't setting off until he'd moved. So in the end, I had to bite the bullet and just think, right, well, this is getting weird. I'll just set off. Recently bought myself this. Lily, you go with me. You don't need to know about this. So yeah, pretty cool tool. Posted this on the community post for you guys to have a look at. That was weird. I literally just pulled this out of my bag to start talking to you guys about it and just say, look, here's a new piece of kit that I've bought. Thanks to you guys that do donate to me on Buy Me a Coffee and Patreon and send me money through PayPal, etc. to buy new equipment for the channel. This is one of the items that I've bought, so thank you guys for that. That's what I was gonna say. And it flashed up to the highest I've ever seen it. And stayed there for a while as well. If there's anything here present with me now, can you please make these lights go up to the red? That was really weird. Can anything here from a different dimension, different realm that can hear me, is present with me now in this forest, step close to the device held in my hand? Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go put this in the middle of the forest floor over there in front of me, zoom in on it from back here with the camera so you guys know there is no tampering going on, and see what happens, because that would be awesome if this moved at all, even up to the amber, because there is nothing that should be interfering with this out there on the forest floor. So I'm going to go put that there now. We'll zoom in on the camera and we'll just monitor it for a little while, see if anything changes. I highly doubt it, but it's a nice little experiment. So I am now a good 4-5 meters away from this thing. I've propped it up against some bark laid there on the floor. thought I heard someone coming from the back of the shelter. If there is anybody here now, right now, that can hear me, that understands me, can respond to me, please interfere with the device that's out in front of me. It's laid on the floor, about 4 meters in front of me. There's a green light on there. See if you can interfere with that device and make those lights respond to your actions. If that shot up now to red, I would fucking freak. If there is anybody present right now that can hear me, can receive this message, then please interfere with the device laid out on the floor 4 meters in front of me. See if you can make the green light shoot right up to the red. Even if it just flickered a little bit, would be pretty amazing, right? Because there is nothing electrical in the woods, or there shouldn't be. And this thing's not strong enough to pick up like ley lines and things that are deep under the ground. So this literally only responds if there's something right on top of it. If there is anybody around me or in my presence right now that can interfere with the device laid on the floor 4 meters in front of me, please do so now. I don't think we're going to get any response, guys, but this is why it's great to come out and do these things, and there's no shame in this not working. On another day, who knows, it might. It's just one of those things, but I'm quite relieved, to be honest, that it hasn't, because why would it? If anybody can hear me right now from another dimension, a spirit realm, whatever it may be, if you can hear me now and you can respond to my request, please make the green light on the device situated on the floor 4 meters in front of me change. Step close to it, touch it, interact with it any way you wish. Just see if you can make the green light move from green to red. Nope, I'm gonna head out, guys, and pick the device back up, but as you've just seen there, nothing happened. The anticipation, hopefully for you guys, was as intense as it was for me, watching that green light in the hopes that it should move, but unfortunately this time it didn't. We just keep trying, and this is what it's all about. This is investigating, guys. This is what we do. It's not always going to be a tick in the box. It's not always going to be creepy with 100% success rate. There are going to be many times like this where nothing happens, but let's just say we did this 100 times and it happened once. That's all I care about, because that once shouldn't even happen. There is nothing electrical out there in front of this device to interact with it, alter its state, and so if it goes up to red even once out of 100 times trying, that needs further investigation, because it should never even happen. So yeah, I'm sorry that nothing happened this time, guys, but like I said, we will keep trying, and over the course of the next few months, hopefully, we might have a catalogue building of strange things happening, but unfortunately, not on this occasion. For the last few days, it felt like summer was on its way back round, and then all of a sudden it's just turned again. And it feels like we've been thrown into the middle of winter, so it's freezing today. I mentioned this in my one of my previous videos when I had the last camp, that it would be nice to get a few like-minded people to this location for a night. We don't have to stay all night, we can just bring a few chairs, sit in the middle of the woods where these things happen, these stories come from, and exchange theories. That would be a really good night if I could get a few people involved with that. Also as well, just here on the moors in general, for anyone that can't make it through the woods, just pulling up in the cars somewhere with chairs and flasks would be a really good experience, because this is a dark skies area, so the stars here on a night are absolutely mind-blowing. And I think that a few of us like-minded people sitting under those stars, again exchanging theories, would be a great night and a great experience. So here's a really weird thing that happened to me recently, and I'm not saying this is otherworldly or it needs any more investigation. It was just something that happened to me very, very quickly the other day. I was going to the toilet for a wee, and as I lifted my head up, it was like someone was lifting a filter from in front of my eyes very, very slowly. And so it's so bizarre, like I can't even think about how to relay this to you guys in a way that will be understandable. But I'll try my best. So I lifted my head and everything was super bright and clear and vivid. And slowly that started to go, and it was like someone lifted this filter up slowly, and revealing itself as this was moving up was the normal tones and textures of everything, like the real world. It was just so weird. And I stopped and thought, what the hell? It was like almost, at first it was like someone had took a picture inside the bathroom with flash on, because the whole room just went bright and vivid, and it lasted for much longer than a flash on a camera, but it was lifting past my eyes, and I was watching this, and it just, I can't even, it was bizarre. If anyone else has experienced that, then comment below, because I've never experienced that before. And it could just be something as simple as I lifted my head up too quick, who knows. But I mean, I've been to the toilet a lot of times in my life. I'm 34 years old, that's never happened before. So for it to happen now, yeah, I don't know. It was just really, really weird. But what a great experience as well. It made me feel like, shit, what just happened? That was amazing. The whole bathroom was just super bright, like someone had cranked the exposure up to like 80%, 90%, everything was sharp. And as I'm watching like the toilet and the sink and everything around me, this filter was lifting slowly. And what was revealed behind that filter was the normal textures coming back into play. And I was like, a bit gutted really. I don't know what that was. So I've been recently using my game camera. I haven't brought it with me this time, but last week, I think it was, or 2 weeks ago maybe, I was here and I placed the game camera out. I caught my first deer on the camera, which is amazing to see. Really good quality as well. And it walked right through this area, right up to the shelter, and it smelt every piece of wood that I'd touched that day, 2 days before actually, because the deer didn't show up on the game cam until 2 days after I'd fixed it to the tree, which means that these creatures out here living in the woods are really adapted and in tune with the smell of human presence. Which made me think, like, if a deer can wander through this area and smell every individual piece of wood that I'd touched 2 days prior, imagine what an undiscovered creature like a Bigfoot could do. Imagine the abilities that they would have. And maybe this is why they are so elusive. So this is the opening in the canopy, something we never had at the last shelter, but it's going to be absolutely amazing to get the laser pen or the star pointer going through the canopy there, up at some stars on a night. Terrifying as well, because if a beam of light comes back down through this canopy at me, I don't think you guys will ever see me again. But yeah, on a starry night, guys, when the clouds have all dispersed, you're going to see millions of stuff happening up there. And this is why I would really like a night vision camera of some sort that allows me to film things moving amongst the night sky, because I see people with other YouTube channels doing that, filming strange anomalies in the night sky. And I think adding something like that to my videos, my channel, would be a really great addition. And I'm just sure that out here on the North Yorkshire moors, we would see so much up there moving around that would defy explanation. So I'm really looking forward to getting back out here on a night once we do have a starry evening, and getting that star pointer shone up through the canopy.